went on the astral plane, right? So did you talk about a fear? Well, here's the question in the chat room is when astral projecting, there's a vibration sensation in your body, often creates fear in us. How to get rid of this fear?
In a sense, you kind of have to just look through it, know that, feel this. Just don't resist, because if you resist, you're basically pushing yourself out of that state. This is a new state of consciousness, basically kind of happening. So you have to just let it pass like a wave, because I think a lot of people who experience this will know what I'm talking about, where it feels like a wave. It's like you have that, and it's like it's over. And so it's weird. It's definitely weird, and it's one of the hardest things too to go from I'm breathing, I don't have to breathe anymore. That's another thing. Like if one of the other ways that you can get into lucidity is to walk yourself to sleep and kind of remain conscious the whole time, which is one of the hardest ways, and that's kind of one of the meditative ways too. But yeah, you'll get that whole buzzing, the tone maybe too, that real loud one. And yeah, if it's an intense thing. So if it's something that shocks you or alarms you or has that fear, it's going to give you resistance, and resistance is going to push you out of that state. So.
Okay. Well, cool. That's great. So now you have some websites, don't you?
Yeah, I have a couple of websites. I just started sorry? Oh,
I was just going to say, I'm going to let you know that we have bookmarked or linked your site, one of the sites, the one you sent to me, on on paranexus, so people can go to paranexus.org, look at actually if you go to paranexusradio.org, it'll take you right to the page, and you can click on Jerry's program and his website's there. But go ahead and what do you got on them, and what some different things that you have, some videos and so forth that people can learn a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm just starting it, so I'm kind of just establishing basically who I am with some of these stories. You know what I mean, of what I've done, because I do have some interesting stories, but they're very rich. So it's like I could take up most of the time just retelling some of these. So that's what I'm doing with this website, is putting that. And then the next one I'm going to be doing though, or one of the next ones I'm going to be doing, is going to be specifically addressing how to interpret the dream sign, the symbols that we see. Because most of us don't see in imagery that we can recognize readily. So there's a whole thing of interpreting imagery to be able to kind of get out and really start interacting and all this other stuff. So that's like a whole discipline in itself. And then, of course, we'll be talking more about some of the 1, 2, 3s, or a couple 1, 2, 3s, and writing these down that I kind of talked about as far as attaining lucidity and working into it. Because there is another technique, too, that I like using with people, and it's building a simple dream sign dream construct, a very simple one. So that way it gives you a chance to recognize that you're dreaming, things like that. So.
Well, great. Well, visit paranexusradio.org, and I'll take you right to the schedule page of Paranexus. And you click on Jerry's link there, you'll see it in the schedule, and his website's right there and linked there, and he's got some different videos and so forth. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a break here in just a minute or two, and when we come back, we're going to continue the discussion. We're going to go off in a little bit of a different direction, but a related direction, and we're going to talk about NDEs, or near-death experiences, which is similar in some regard to what we're talking about here in this first segment. We're going to also talk about the pathology, the psychology of some of this stuff too, how it might interact and play a part, and so on and so forth. And if you, in the audience, have an experience such as an NDE, near-death experience, out-of-body experience, that you'd like to talk about it, we'd love to hear from you. You can call in the call-in number there. It's on your screen at 347-945-7799. You can also post questions in the chat room as you've been doing, and we appreciate that as well. Jerry, we really appreciate you taking your time and joining us tonight. Some interesting experiences sound like you've had.
Yeah, thank you guys again for having me, and I just enjoy sharing, really, and look forward to doing it more, really.
Yeah, sounds good.
Nice having you, Jerry. Thank you so very much.
And to our listeners, hang tough with us. We'll be back in just a moment with more on Paranexus Universe.